when you need my voice. I'm here when you need my voice. I'm here when you need my voice. I'm here when you need my voice.
Alright guys, back with another video today. Today we're going to be reviewing the Talaria XXX. This has been a well requested video. Is the bike too small for me? You know, lots of people are asking these questions. Now guys, I've been on this bike for the past 2 or 3 weeks. I have put 131 kilometers on it, so I can honestly say I can give an honest and fair review of this bike. Guys, the bike looks amazing. I think, you know, it has these 17-inch wheels, which makes the bike look a lot smaller. It's a bit smaller than a Saran, which is perfect for street riding. This is what I think this bike is for. I actually came into an encounter with police twice on this bike, and they just kind of looked at me, glanced at me and looked away. You know, so the bike is small, you know, and that's what I love about this. I love how compact it is. And the bike is so light too. You know, the bike is so light, you know, and it has so much power for this small bike. You know, it's absolutely amazing. People have been asking, what height are you? I'm around 5'10", 5'11". And is this bike too small for me? No, I don't think so. Initially I thought it was going to be too small, but after being on it for the past while, the minute I hopped on it, it actually felt really good. Now, do I prefer a bigger bike? Yes, I do prefer a bigger bike, but you know, I don't prefer a bigger bike when I'm street riding. It looks like more of a motocross bike when the bikes are too big, you know, like an Ultra B or like a Stark Varg, you know. So this bike definitely has its place. You know, there was an issue with the seat, you know, bending. That issue has yet been fixed. So I have this bike for a couple of weeks and I weigh in around 80 kg. There's no bend in the seat. That issue has been fixed. Guys, the power in this bike for such a small bike is absolutely amazing. You know, as I said, it's lightweight, it's small, it's nimble, it's easy to get around, you know, and you don't have to really worry about, you know, police on this bike. Whereas something like the Ultra B or something like that, you know, you are going to have to worry about police, you know, because I'm always skeptical about seeing police on my Ultra B or any other kind of bigger bike, you know. Whereas this, no, you don't have to worry about that, which is fantastic. This bike is insane for wheelies. Hitting that balance point is just, oh, it's just so good. The throttle feels insane. It's not as tippy, I find, as the Talaria Sting R. Sting R is very tippy. You know, I find the throttle is way too tippy for me. In terms of wheelies, you know, even wheeling the Talaria Sting R is hard for me. You know, I find it's just hard because I'm not used to it. But this bike, it felt like home straight away, and I felt comfortable on it. So what sort of person is this bike for? In my opinion, this bike is for someone street riding. Now, is it going to do off-road? Yes, it is going to do off-road. You know, but the tyres are small. Tyres are small, you know, you would definitely need to upgrade them. And when you're upgrading to bigger tyres, bigger wheels, you know, you have more weight. And this bike is only meant for, you know, a low kind of weight. But although it's carrying me 80 kg and with no issues at all, no seat bends, no nothing like that. I've been on this the past couple of weeks and it's such a cool bike, you know, it's such an amazing bike. Everything just feels cool about it. Everyone, as I said, keeps thinking that the bike's going to be too small for them. Now, it is a small bike, but it's not going to be too small for you if you're 6 foot or below. And now, if you're 6'2" or 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", I believe it would be a little bit too small for you. So first of all, how to start the bike. It's actually quite a cool feature. So here's your key. You press this button in and you go like that, and your bike is ready to go once you click the start button, which is quite cool. I have done 131 kilometers on it. Guys, in eco mode also, what I noticed was I can actually pop up the front wheel in eco mode, which I cannot do, which I couldn't do on the Sting R. Now we'd have to be going slow, but there we go. Pops up in eco mode. That's one thing that I've noticed. Guys, this has a belt drive. You know, unlike the Stinger, it has a gearbox. You know, it is a little bit noisier, but it's still very quiet. You know, because as I said, this bike is insane for wheelies. You know, it's absolutely insane for wheelies. You can do so much fun. It's like, I don't feel paranoid on this bike going on the streets, you know, which is perfect. And a little knee knock. Guys, such a fun bike. Now guys, one thing I haven't done with this bike is I haven't really given it the full off-road test, because in Ireland now the weather has been so bad. It's just so mucky everywhere and it's just not fair. You know, it wouldn't be a fair test. There's literally virtually no traction on the wheels on any of my bikes, you know, off-road. Wouldn't be fair to do an off-road test, you know, when there's virtually no traction. So that will come in time, guys. But my opinion on this bike is it's absolutely, it's such a cool bike. And especially, guys, thinking of the price, this is like €1,500 cheaper than a Saran, or, you know, and that is a lot, you know, for what you get in this bike. It's just insane. You know, you can do so much with this bike, not having to worry. It's lightweight, it's nimble. It's perfect for people that are starting off with one of these electric bikes, in my opinion. You know, especially for wheelies, for practicing wheelies, it's absolutely perfect. I feel comfortable on this bike when I'm wheeling, you know. The balance point is really easy to find, and I noticed a lot of people have said that. Now, I have seen people ride this bike off-road. From looking at them videos, it seems like a cool off-road bike. Now, depending on your weight, you know, you know, it wouldn't be my preferred off-road bike, but if that's all you have and that's all you can afford, it's gonna do the job. It's gonna do exactly what you need it to do. The one thing that really shines on this bike for me is, you know, I know it's small, but that has a benefit, you know, in terms of, just as I said, police and stuff like that. You know, I feel like I don't have to worry, you know, and people aren't looking at me on this bike like they would on, you know, an Ultra B, or even on my upgraded Saran Light B, you know, because it has a bigger battery, it has lots of added parts, it's a bigger bike, you know, 16-inch rear wheel. So I definitely think this bike has its place. I think from testing it the past while, it's such a cool bike. And you know, guys, also another thing this bike has is a 60 volt 40 amp battery. The battery life is amazing on it. It's very, very good. I'm after being out the past 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and my battery is on 97%, and I'm popping wheelies and I'm in sports mode, you know. And eco mode feels, it doesn't feel too slow. Eco mode feels nice also. If you own a Talaria XXX, let me know what you think of the bike. Especially for wheelies, it's absolutely epic. You know, as I said, I've learned my first kind of knee knock on this bike. You know, I've been trying different variations of wheelies, and yeah, this has been the bike to test it on. Yeah, this has been the bike to test it on. Like, there's a person right there, you know, she's smiling at me, you know. Whereas if I was on a huge, bigger bike like an Ultra B, it's not huge, but like, you know, it's similar to a motocross bike, you know, they wouldn't be smiling like that, you know. Alright guys, we're gonna do a quick speed test. 1, 2, 3. Oh, front wheel was lifting up. Guys, we're at 70 kilometers. We are at 80 kilometers. We are at 84 kilometers an hour. It says on the speedometer on the screen here. 84 kilometers an hour. Guys, that is beating. Saran Light B is going maximum 80 kilometers an hour, if that. You know, and I'm a heavy weight for this bike, and it's still going 84 kilometers an hour. So there we go, guys. Am I too heavy for this bike? No. As I said, would I recommend this bike? Absolutely. If you are 80 kg or below, I would definitely recommend this bike for you. Such a cool starter bike, such a cool bike for wheelies, you know. Overall, it pretty much does everything you want it to do. It's small, it's nimble, street riding, you can street ride it. You can also use this for off-road. Now, as I said, I've yet to do the off-road test, but we definitely will. It's not intimidating either. This bike is definitely not intimidating. Yeah, so guys, that is my review on the Talaria XXX. What do I think? Insane bike. You know, it has its category. You know, it definitely has its use, and I would recommend this bike as a starter bike over a Light B, in my opinion. Now, if you're going to be doing up your bikes, you're going to be, you know, adding things and upgrading things, then I'd get the Light B, you know. But this is a bit smaller than a Light B. You can get away with a lot more, and you know, guys, it's just such an insane bike. Yeah guys, so that's gonna do it for today's video. Like, comment, share and subscribe. I appreciate every single view I get. You know, I love making these videos, guys. Plenty more videos to come, and guys, I'll leave it there. Catch you in the next one.